Hey guys, everyone knows Red Wing boots. Today we got a really cool, unique pair. If you want to see a cobbler resole and customize these Red Wing boots, then this video is just for you. Alright guys, so welcome back to another video. As you know, I am Pablo the Cobbler. So we have this cool pair of Red Wing Beckman boots. These ones have the flat box in the toe, so there's no structure. This kind of gives that vintage look back in the early 1900s. This is kind of the style that was around. This is a Klondike leather, which means it has brown undertones. So if you look at the wear, you can see this beautiful brown patina that's coming through around the boot. So what we don't want to do is add any pigment or colors. And the kind of resole that this customer requested was just pure custom. It's not going to be anything like it was originally, okay? We're going to re-welt it. We're going to add a nice thick leather midsole, thick leather heel bases, and really cool green Dr. Sole full soles and green heels. So let's take these apart and I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown on what I'm seeing component-wise. Let's touch on the components of the boot. So this has a full leather midsole and then a proprietary Red Wing half sole. I believe it's called the Go cord. This is a pretty sturdy solid rubber and the midsole is pretty thick, probably 4.5 to 5 millimeters. So they did a good job here. I have seen some Red Wings where they have a leather midsole and then also a fiberboard or paper midsole. So definitely an upgrade with this flat box. This is the matching rubber heel that goes with it. The Grow cord, same thing, proprietary to Red Wing. Nice, hard, long-lasting rubber. And then, of course, the 3-rib steel shank that's wrapped in fabric. Another good option. This is beefy, heavy-duty. Will add good arch support. And the only flaw, which every Red Wing boot has, is the paper Heelrand. So this is not good quality. You just peel it with my hands, but that's okay. It's on the back of the heel, but we will upgrade this to leather. And then the welt, it was a little bit dried out. So since this is a custom resole, the customer opted for the replacing of the welts. So we'll add just new leather flat welts to keep a similar profile. All right, now that the boot is deconstructed and ready to be put back together, this is the perfect time to add some conditioner to this leather. Now this is that really cool Klondike leather with the brown undertones coming through. So we're not going to add any pigments, or we don't want to add too much shine either. We want this leather to continue doing what it's meant to do. So I just have a oiled leather product here from Saphir. This is a non-darkening cream. It's going to add a little bit of moisture and a little bit of luster to the boots. So just a quick explanation on what I'm doing here. This leather strip, known as the welt, I'm just sewing it to the boot. and to the gemming, which is this canvas piece that's glued onto the leather footbed. So I'm just lining up the welt where the next existing hole is, punching a hole through the welt, through the boot, and then through the exact same hole on the inside of the gemming. I pull my thread through, then I lock it in place. Alright, so the hardest part is now done, the most time-consuming part, that is the re-welting process. So we have our new welts installed. I've also glued in the steel shanks and put in some fresh cork. From here, we're going to put on the leather midsoles, the Dr. soles, and then get ready for some sole stitching. Alright, so it's that time of the video again, and back by popular demand. What boots am I wearing? Today I have on a pair of Red Wings. This is the 2950 Rover model. And this has no toe cap or no mock toe, but it does have a 360-degree Goodyear welt. Now, the fun thing about these boots is they were originally 6 inches high, but I wanted more of a shoe feel, something I could wear in the summertime. So I cut these down and also removed the wedge sole that came with it. The reason I did that is because I don't like that super flat wedge sole feel. So I swapped them out for a Vibram 2060, which is sort of a wedged sole, but it has a bit of a heel shape into it. So I don't feel like I'm walking on cement and bricks. I have a little bit of arch and a little bit of heel, and still that cushion and comfort of a wedge sole. So since this is a Red Wing rebuild video, I thought it'd be fitting to wear my Red Wing Rover boots. So as I mentioned before, the Heelrands were just a cheap paper. So we have some leather ones we're going to custom make. So I'm going to dye them with the mahogany Phoebe's leather dye, which is the same dye I used on the welts. So we'll have a nice transition from the welt into the leather Heelrand. So most of you are probably familiar with Vibram. They are the big cahoon in the rubber sole industry. So if you don't know about Dr. Sole, which is the sole we're using today, they're a Taiwan-based company, and they really make their soles and inspired from vintage looking footwear. So all their soles are very high quality, long lasting rubber, vintage inspired. They're really getting more popular in the shoe repair and shoemaking world. We were the first shop in Canada to start carrying Dr. Soles about 4 years ago. And then we've carried quite a bit of their selection, but we've narrowed it down to about 4 or 5 offerings, the ones that are really popular. This jade green color sole, it's so beautiful. Highly recommend it if you're doing a custom recraft. The green pops, but it's not tacky, it's very subtle. The matching heel just pairs beautifully. And with this black Klondike leather, with the black and then the brown undertones, I think it's a beautiful contrast. So I'm really excited to wrap these up and show you guys the finished project. All right, guys, that wraps up the project for today. We had these beautiful Red Wing Beckman Flatbox boots. We completely took them apart, took off the welts, rebuilt them with new flat welts, thick leather midsoles, a nice heel stack, beautiful green Dr. Soul Supergrip full soles and heels. These look so cool now. You got the vintage inspired Red Wing Beckman Flatbox, the vintage inspired Supergrip Dr. Soul rubber, and the green custom made paracord laces. I think if I buy another pair of Red Wings, I'm going to see if I can find this model, the 9060. Truly a beautiful boot. It was a pleasure to work on this. And also, I just want to thank you guys for following along. If you did enjoy this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll be sure to see you guys on the next project. Take care.